The movie opens by showing us the wealthy household of the Connard family. At the head of the table, Richie's father announces to all the guests that his son Richie has become the youngest managing director in the company's history. He then tells the guests how proud he is of his son and finishes the toast. Richie thanks his father and attributes all his success in recent times to his beloved wife, Hunter. After dinner, the couple head back to the house Richie's parents bought them, and in their home, one night while having dinner, Hunter tells Richie that she wants to plant flowers near the pool in the backyard, but before he can reply, Richie gets a text from work and tells his wife that he has to respond to it. While Richie replies to the text, Hunter expresses her fondness for their new home and tells him how lucky she feels, but Richie wasn't paying much attention. The expression on her face changes from a smile immediately, but her husband was too caught up on the phone to notice. As the sun rises on a new day, Hunter and Richie wake up to a life-changing revelation. They discover that they're expecting a baby. Overwhelmed with joy and excitement, Richie couldn't contain his happiness and immediately reaches for his phone to share the wonderful news with his mom. And with a beaming smile, he dials her number, eager to share the news. Wait, hold on. Did you subscribe to our channel? Come on guys, you're here, you're watching the video, help us out by hitting the subscribe button as it really helps out me and my team to make more videos for you guys. And now, let's get back to the recap. Richie's parents, overjoyed by the news of their impending grandchild, invite Hunter and Richie for a celebratory dinner. As they gather around the table enjoying the meal, Richie's mom takes a moment to share a heartfelt story from Richie's own birth. With a nostalgic smile, she recounts how her own pregnancy lasted over 30 hours, filled with anticipation and a roller coaster of emotions. She recalls the moment when Richie finally entered the world, describing how he surprised everyone by coming out blue and not breathing. The room was filled with panic, but their fears quickly turned to relief as Richie took his first breath and let out a cry. Richie's mother playfully reminisces about his playful nature, even as a newborn, sharing a lighthearted story about how he would often prefer playing with the cat's tail rather than his pacifier. Feeling embarrassed, Richie says that Hunter was a crazy kid too and insists that she tells one of her stories. Reluctantly, Hunter begins to tell her story, but before she could finish, she gets interrupted by her father-in-law, who asks Richie a work-related question. Hunter is visibly upset, but no one at the table pays her much attention. Hunter's eyes get lost in the glass of water on her table, her mind shifting away to some peaceful forest where a lake runs gently over the rocks. She instantly picks up one of the ice cubes in her glass and starts crushing it in her mouth, and the sound gets the attention of the table and she apologizes. The next day, Richie's mom visits Hunter with a book in hand, saying that it helped her during her pregnancy and also with the postpartum depression. Hunter thanks her mother-in-law and invites her to stay over for lunch, but she insists that she has to go and leaves. But not before telling Hunter that she should grow out her hair because Richie likes long, beautiful hair. After her mother-in-law's departure, Hunter wanders around the house, finally settling in the living room. Sitting, she sees a box full of marbles and suddenly gets the urge to eat one of the marbles. That night, Richie notices that his wife is in a good mood and he asks her what it's about. Hunter tells him that she's smiling because she's proud of herself, and she warns him not to laugh at her, and she tells him what she was so proud about. After getting reassurance from her husband, Hunter tells him that she chose the blue drapes for the house theater, and Richie suggests that it might be a little hipster, but Hunter tells him that he said that she can choose. Seeing his wife's excitement, Richie assures her that she made the right choice, and the two kiss. The next morning, while getting dressed, Richie notices his tie is damaged, and he asks Hunter if she ironed it, and she tells him that she did because it was wrinkled. Richie was angry as he didn't have another tie that matched that shirt that he was planning to wear. After her husband leaves for work, Hunter goes to the bathroom, and she notices the marble in the toilet and takes it out with a glove. She then cleans it with water and puts it back on her nightstand. In the theater room, while Hunter was watching a video about the benefits of eating placentas for moms, she gets a call from her mother-in-law, and Catherine, her mother-in-law, invites Hunter to her house. She asks her what she used to do before she met her son, and Hunter tells her that she was in retail. Catherine notices that it was a lucky break when Hunter met Richie. Catherine then tells Hunter that the best advice that she received was to fake it until she made it, and asks her if she's happy or faking it. Hunter then tells her mother-in-law that she's happy and goes back to her own pedestrian life. While vacuuming the living room, Hunter notices a pin stuck in the vacuum machine. The urge to eat the inevitable takes over again, and she tries to eat the pin but immediately spits it out, and her tongue gets all bloody. After taking a break, she makes a second attempt and swallows the pin, crying in pain. And after it goes down, she smiles with tears in her eyes, feeling some sense of accomplishment. Later, Hunter notices blood after going to the bathroom, and she rushes to clean the toilet as her husband knocks on the bathroom door. Down by the pool, Richie was having drinks with a few of his work buddies, and one of them wanders into the house and talks to Hunter. Congratulating her on her pregnancy, he then oddly asks for a hug when Hunter became a bit apprehensive. While hugging the stranger, she notices herself feel something for the first time since she's ever been in that house, and she thanks him. The next couple of days, Hunter makes the changes that she wanted to the house while keeping herself in good spirits by consuming whatever random objects that she fancied. Every object Hunter consumed lay in plain sight on her nightstand like some sort of trophy collection. And during a sonogram check, the technician notices a random object in Hunter's stomach along with the baby, and she gets rushed into surgery. After surgery, Richie is angry and asks why she did it, and Hunter tells him that she does it because she can't help it. He loses his temper and tells her that this is something that she should have told him before marriage, and the next day, Richie and his father take Hunter to see a psychiatrist. The psychiatrist asks why she does it, and Hunter simply tells her that she just likes the different textures that she feels in her mouth when she eats different objects. The next day, Richie introduces Hunter to Luai and tells her that she's an in-house nurse and that they've hired her to keep an eye on Hunter. When Hunter gets upset, Richie tells his mother to talk to her, and Catherine convinces Hunter to agree with the idea. While preparing dinner for Richie, Hunter strikes up a conversation with Luai, and she asks him where he's from and learns that he immigrated from Syria because of the war. Hunter tries to go to the bathroom, and Luai insists that he can't let her go before searching her. In the bathroom, Hunter takes out a plastic bag full of objects that she stashed, and she then eats one of them. Back in therapy, Hunter's therapist lists the number of items found in her stomach and asks why she would consume a battery, telling her that it could have leaked and killed her when Hunter tried to play it off as nothing. Before leaving, Hunter says that she wants to talk about the relationship that she had with her mom, but changes her mind, noting that it was Richie's birthday and that she had to go. During the party, one of the guests comments that she needs to get her stomach pumped if she had any more of those mini sandwiches. Realizing what she had said, the guest apologizes, but Richie comes to the scene and assures her that everything's fine. Hunter learns that everyone knows about what she's going through and has a fight about it with Richie. Richie storms off after telling her that they'll talk about it after the party, and later that night, while in bed, Hunter urges Richie to apologize for telling everyone about her condition. He tells her that it's also been hard on him and apologizes for what he's done. After her therapy session, Hunter tells her therapist that she came as a result of her mother being raped. When the therapist asks if he was ever caught, Hunter brings out a photo of him cut out from a newspaper and shows it to her. She then tells her that her stepdad who raised her was really nice to her, also adding that her mom was never resentful. Outside in her little garden, while adding fertilizer to her flower bed, she gets an urge to eat the dirt but stops herself. When she goes up to wash her hands, she overhears her therapist telling Richie that Hunter can't overcome the guilt complex that she has without his love. Feeling confused and desperate for answers, Richie turns to the therapist, urging her to reveal what she and Hunter have been discussing. However, the therapist firmly refuses, emphasizing that it was essential for Richie to have an open and honest conversation with Hunter directly. Frustrated by the therapist's response, Richie threatens to seek help from another therapist who might be more forthcoming. Sensing Richie's determination, the therapist finally relented and shared the details that he sought. Meanwhile, Hunter, seemingly unaware of the unfolding conversation, goes down back to her garden and washes up with the water hose. After Richie goes to the gym, Hunter has a panic attack and crawls under the bed in distress. And Luai notices this and crawls under the bed with her to comfort her. Later, Hunter gets the urge to eat something, and she eats a sharp needle-like object while Luai was asleep. And when he gets up, he notices Hunter choking. Hunter is then rushed to surgery, and they safely remove the object. The family then forces her into a psychiatric hospital after threatening that it's either this or a divorce. After some hesitation, Hunter reluctantly agrees to the request and reluctantly puts her signature on the paper. However, before leaving, she realizes that she left her phone in the bedroom. Feeling a sense of urgency, she quickly informs the others that she needs to retrieve her phone and rushes back to the bedroom. Luai, sensing Hunter's unease, follows her initially, but then decides to let her escape. To protect her, he tells the others that she's in the bathroom, providing her a temporary cover. Hunter runs off into the woods and makes her way into the street and manages to hitch a ride. Once she got to a motel room, Hunter dialed Richie's number with a mix of emotions, and with a heavy heart, she confesses her love to him, but also expresses her deep unhappiness with their current living situation and the monotonous routine that they've fallen into. Richie, taken aback by her words, pleaded with her return, promising to make changes and work on their relationship. However, despite his pleas, Hunter stood firm in her decision and firmly refused to come back. Richie loses his temper and tells her that he's going to hunt her down after expressing his anger with some hurtful words. As the sun rose the next morning, Hunter gathered her belongings and checked out of the motel. Feeling a mix of emotions, she decided to reach out to her mom for support and comfort, and with a hopeful tone in her voice, Hunter pleaded with her mom to meet up and spend time together. However, her mom regretfully informs her that it wouldn't be possible at the moment, and she explains that Hunter's sister had recently given birth and was currently staying at their house, requiring her attention and assistance. Knowing it might be her only option, Hunter goes to the house of her biological father, William, excitedly preparing for his young daughter's birthday party, was busy making arrangements and ensuring everything was perfect. Amidst their preparations, Hunter engaged in a conversation with William and his wife. In a casual mention, she brought up her mother, revealing that it was her mom who had extended the invitation for her to attend the party. The mention of her mother sparked a sense of guilt and fear in his eyes of the man who raped her mom. William is taken aback and in a panic, can't say anything in front of his family. He asks if she was going to ruin his life and tries to frighten her, but Hunter takes back control and asks him why he raped her mom. William states that he was delusional, telling Hunter that everyone thought that he was a regular guy, but doing what he did made him powerful, like as if he was a god. He then tells her that after he was arrested, he realized that he was nothing. Hunter asks if he's ashamed of her, and he replies that his only shame is what he did. And after getting the closure that she needed, Hunter goes to a clinic, and a doctor gives her a pill for an abortion. Hunter takes the pill while having lunch in the mall and then goes to the bathroom stall. And after washing up, she feels relieved with her decision and goes out into the world ready to make the only decisions that make her happy and also ready not to be a bystander in her own life. And that is it for today's recap, boys and girls. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to leave a like, leave a comment, also sub to my channel. I love you guys so much and I promise to see you on my next recap. Bye.